Hello and welcome to Finding Ezer. Earlier in the week, it was International Men's Day, the same day as World Toilet Day, but that's not really the point. The point is, there is a day to celebrate men. Well, yippee! Well, I saw something on Twitter that got me thinking about what it means to be a man. Some people are trying to promote the idea that you don't need to do anything to be a man. The ultimate plan is to do away with phrases like be a man, act like a man, real men don't do this or that. They want us to believe that men are men simply because they are. This is false and also very dangerous. I have often said that the very traits that are labeled toxic in men are the traits that make men what they are. So I am not the least bit surprised that they are promoting this dangerous lie. So, in discussing how to find Ezer, I am going to be talking about the one thing that makes a real man. In fact, every other quality that makes a man derives from this one. Today we'll be talking about what we mean when we say real men take responsibility. Responsibility. When you hear the word, you may think of something you're required to do on a job, like a job description. When those things don't get done, you know you have to answer for it. So if we are to apply this analogy to being a man, it means that to qualify to be described as a man, there are things you should be doing. And if you don't do them, then it means simply you're not a man. So what are those things you need to take ownership of? In one word, your life. What you do with yourself, the decisions you make or don't make, and bearing the consequence of those decisions or lack of. That is what it means to be a man. For example, to live, you have to eat. To eat, you have to work. So a man has to find work, which means he has to get some competency that will make him employable. To be employable, you need basic education and specialization. The type of job you do should care not just for yourself, but also for people who depend on you. In this series, we're talking about finding Ezer. You cannot call yourself a man when you can't take care of your wife. That is your primary responsibility. Should you choose to marry and have children, then they become your responsibility as well. You have to take care of not just their physical needs, but their spiritual and emotional needs as well. To care spiritually and emotionally for your wife and children, you must be emotionally and spiritually mature. But before we go into the specifics of what this means, let's back up a little. I'm going to answer a question I often get asked by young men. This question is tricky and perhaps even controversial. Should you marry a woman who earns more than you do? My short answer is no. Do not do it. It hardly ends well. The longer version of my answer is only marry a woman who earns more than you do when it doesn't matter how much you earn. The first question to ask really is, how much do you think you need to take care of yourself and your family? How much do you think will be enough? Well, write down that figure. Do you earn as much now? If you do, then how much your wife makes or does not make should not be a problem. If you don't, then there is a problem. When you marry, it is your responsibility to take care of your wife. Whether she earns more than you do or not, she is still your responsibility. It is irresponsible of you to think that because she earns this much, she should be able to take care of herself. Remember, she is your Ezer, your helper. Her money is to come in and rescue you should life or business take a bad turn. It is not her responsibility to care for you. That is your job. And this is where we'll be pausing our conversation for today. Next time, we'll talk about other aspects of responsibility. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this pod. Let's keep this conversation going on social media.